Siberius, and we about to get serious. It's the real Siberius, making fanboys furious.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I want to talk about our expansion teams incoming. Being in Seattle, this is big news. Ever since Howard Schultz sold the Sonics, there's been a lot of talk about bringing the NBA back to Seattle. I've lived in the Seattle area my entire life. I love it, and I can't see myself living anywhere else. It's changed dramatically over the last decade, and not for the better, but I still love it. If you ask me, Washington is one of the most beautiful places on the planet, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I am a sports fan, but I have never been a Seattle sports fan. I can't stand the Seahawks, and I especially can't stand their fan base. They are insufferable. When the team is trash, they are ghosts. You don't see them anywhere. When the team is good, they're the most self-righteous jackasses out there. All of a sudden, they've been fans for decades. They haven't. The Mariners are garbage and may be bigger playoff bed shitters than James Harden and Peyton Manning. These are Seahawks fans during the baseball season. When the team is awful, they disappear like a fart in the wind. When they're doing well, they're on eBay buying vintage Mariners gear to pretend they've been fans their whole lives. They're disgusting. The Kraken are too new to have an opinion on. As a team, they aren't great, but they're an expansion team. I have to say, so far, though, the fans haven't disgusted me, and I have enjoyed going to the games that I've seen. So we arrive at the Sonics. While they weren't my team, I always respected them. I respected their fans. They were the only Seattle fans that stuck with them through thick and thin. Even before all of the expansion talk, I would see people wearing Sonics jerseys, shirts, and hats around. I don't object to the Sonics coming back at all. In fact, I will be throwing 100% of my fandom at them when and if they do. And I hope they do. So what will it do to the game? There are those that like to claim that Jordan won so much in the 90s because of expansion teams. They like to say it watered down the competition and diluted the talent pool. These people clearly have no clue what they're talking about. What they fail to acknowledge is there was so much talent in the NBA in the 90s that excellent players were riding the bench because they couldn't get the minutes they deserved. They were quality players, but were being overshadowed by excellent players, and there just weren't enough spots. It also brought in players from the CBA to fill in the remaining roster spots. Expansion teams generally aren't great at first. It often takes 4 or 5 years for them to become legitimate contenders. My fear is now it would dilute the talent pool. Not every team is overflowing with talent. Some teams' rosters are so thin that when their star gets hurt, the team's record goes to hell instantly because there is no talent on their bench. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't benches that don't have talent. I mean, the Lakers have Dalton Knecht, who hasn't played almost at all this season, if at all this season, and he's a remarkable talent and certainly deserves a fucking spot. I look at it this way. The league is in a deep, dark place now. I would rather they do any damage with an expansion now and rebuild the league with the new teams already in place rather than rebuilding the league now and adding teams later and possibly ruining any level of competition. And given that we have a complete lack of competition now, I don't want to see it get worse later. At this point, I don't think it could hurt anything. And it would be nice to have a local team I can actually root for. I'm curious to see how this voting is going to take place. From my understanding, they're going to vote on the 24th or 25th to see if the expansion goes through. And then obviously each city has to make their decision of whether or not they're even going to get behind that. I went to a preseason Jesus Christ. I went to a preseason game for the Clippers and the 76ers. It was at Climate Pledge Arena, which is an absolutely amazing arena and I think would be fantastic for an NBA team. The place was packed, absolutely fucking sold out. And it was a great time. I mean, unfortunately, it was the Clippers and the 76ers. 4 starters didn't play, which, I mean, I guess it is what it is. It's a preseason game. But the play on the court was just mediocre at best. Again, it was a preseason game, but I remember when even preseason games were at least interesting. People were trying, especially those that weren't guaranteed spots. They were trying to earn a spot or at least trying to get tape for another team showing they're willing to put in work. That just didn't seem to be the case at all. It was also kind of a cool event because a bunch of old Sonics showed up to the event, and that was actually pretty great to see. I would like to be a Sonics fan again. I mean, I'd like to be a Bulls fan again, but I've pretty much given up hope on that. Anyway, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about expansion teams. From my understanding, it's only Seattle and Las Vegas that would be getting teams. But if it goes well, they could expand further. And I'd be all for it. So I'm curious to hear what you guys would think. Anyway, that is the end of the video. If you made it to the end, I certainly appreciate it. As always, I do want to give a shout out to the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Speed Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Row, Goatcast Hoops, DZ Shooting. I always appreciate your guys' takes, your perspectives, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.